A lot of you guys probably missed the YPrac maps that were in CSGO. I really missed the YPrac aim map because it was pretty much just like aim labs in CSGO, but there's actually some really good alternatives that I want to show you guys, because looking at their website right now, you can see that they are going to transition to CS2 eventually. As you can see here, they're asking for some support, but there is these really good alternatives that I want to show you guys. There is one or two maps that really pretty much mimic what they did. Now, they don't have all the features, but they have enough that pretty much will get you by until YPrac can release their new maps into CS2. So before I show you guys, let's listen to a quick word from today's sponsor. First map that I want to show you guys, which is the second one that I prefer that is most similar to YPrac, is the aim trainee map. Now, this map is really similar to YPrac and aim labs because of what you can do when you spawn in this mode where you can just click around to this dot. But I'm not a big fan of this. You know, it obviously is working on this sort of like snapping, but it's not what YPrac had with their grid shot. So if you want to mimic that, all you have to do is come over to targets and you can put, you know, maybe like 5 shots like this. And then this is pretty much going to mimic the grid shot that I used to play literally every single day. And it's just going to work on those snaps where you're flicking to multiple targets, which I really do like. Now, I do miss this feature because I used to play on the YPrac aim maps a lot. So this is something that I really do enjoy doing in CS2 because I did it a lot in CSGO and it really helped my aim a lot. And it was a part of my warm-up routine as well. So just having this in CS2 definitely does help me. Now, you can change the size like how you could in the YPrac map, where if you want to make these little dots a little bit bigger, you can do that as well, and then just continue to shoot these around. But if you want to go a little bit more in depth, you can actually do it where it's 360, and you can adjust, you know, how many ever targets you want, and you can also adjust the area of where they are, pretty much as close as you can get to what YPrac had, where they would be in front of you. I think there was about 5 targets, and the dots were probably this big on the easiest mode, literally as similar as you can get to what YPrac had in the aim hub. Now, there is a setting where you can actually move the targets, where if you want these on, they should be able to move like this after you shoot them. YPrac did have something like this, which I think is very important because this can really help your tracking as well in game. Now, the vertical probably isn't the best thing to do, but the horizontal is something that is very important because you're going to be tracking a lot of heads left to right. The thing with YPrac is they had a lot of modes where you could do a lot of different tracking techniques to help your aim, because again, a lot of people don't like to use aim labs because it doesn't feel the same as Counter-Strike. So this is definitely something that you guys should be doing, but this is just what I recommend if you just want to, you know, maybe shoot some of these balls, even though that's a little sus. This map is definitely for you, and it's going to help you with your micro flicking, your flicking, using your wrist and arm for your aim, and also your tracking. So I will link this map down in the description, but now let's go to the map that I do prefer that you guys use. So I made a video on this map a while ago of the 5e aim hub. Now, this is probably the best warm-up map that there is in CS2 at the moment because it has almost everything that you need. When you spawn in, you obviously have like your simple aim bots. You can even no clip up here if you want and just play around at a higher elevation. But the really cool thing about this map as well is that it also has pretty much a config generator. Now, there is a map out there that is a CS2 config generator, which we had in CSGO, but it does everything that that map does literally right here in this corner, where it's going to have all of these crosshairs, make it so you can change your HUD. You can, you know, disable a bunch of things. You can change your view model. There's a lot of cool things that you can do just in this corner, but this map has so many features that I want to show you guys that's very important, especially if you are someone who is trying to train or trying to find that all-in-one map that pretty much YPrac did have. Now, there is the recoil training part where you can practice your recoil, where you can just shoot inside of this little red circle like this. As you can see, I got 27 out of 3, but this is really good if you want to practice your recoil or if you're someone that likes to warm that up as well, and you don't want to switch between maps going from aimbots to recoil master, or maybe you want to change your crosshair and you're not too familiar with the command, so then you have to go to the crosshair map or the config map. This is very important because you're literally just staying on one map. Now, there's also the peak training. This is one of my favorite things to do to warm up because this is going to practice your counter strafing. This arrow is going to light up after you click start, and it's going to show you which side you need to peek on, and this is just going to help you peek these guys, get your counter strafing warmed up. Now, this is something that YPrac didn't have. YPrac did have the pre-fire maps, but if you wanted to do the aim hub and the pre-fire maps, you obviously had to switch in between. So this is really good if you guys want to find that all-in-one warm-up map that had everything that you need. But this is definitely one of my favorite things to do when I do warm up. But moving on from that, we also have the hold training, which I think is very cool if you are a opper, or maybe you just want to practice your reaction time and kind of wake up a little bit. They do have different parts where you can go and stand if you want to get, you know, that farther distance. And you can just practice these guys peeking these corners. This is very in-game situational, especially if you are an opper, where you're going to be holding these angles and you're just really working on that reaction time, warming that up. This is, again, very good if you are an opper. Now, you could sit here with a USP if you wanted to and just practice holding an angle. If you wanted to do that, there's also they call this the reflection test on the map, but it's actually reaction time, where you can literally just sit here and find whatever your reaction time is. This really isn't used for a warm-up, I would say. This is definitely just like to pretty much just benchmark yourself to see what you are. So I wouldn't really focus on this too much unless you want to see your reaction time. So if you do want to see what that is, obviously you can do that. But the other cool thing about this map, which is pretty much what Aim Trainee had, is that it has a little aim map as well. So you can click the start button, choose whatever targets you want. It's going to give you a nice little countdown, and then you can just flick to these targets. This is very good to get your flicks warmed up. Make sure you're moving your crosshair literally to the target and you're not curving it. It's good for a nice little wrist warm up, just so you guys aren't getting that inflammation in your wrist, making sure everything is good to go on there, making sure your sense is feeling good. So this is a very cool part of the map that I do recommend you guys do. But what YPrac didn't have is once you're done with this, you can literally just go to sound test. Now, if you want to warm up your sound or figure out your sound settings, you can do that. Or if you click the start button here, it's going to give a nice little sound and you can try to shoot where the target is. Now, this is, again, good if you're trying to find your sound settings. As you can see, mine are not obviously perfect, and CS2 sounds are a little messed up. So this is really good to figure out. Maybe you're someone that likes to warm up your sound, or maybe if you're playing with your sound settings, you can do that as well. But once you're done with everything, just come back to here and warm up with aimbots if you want. This map is all in one. This is what I play on stream. So if you guys do watch my stream a lot and that's what map I play on, I will link it down in the description. But these are the maps that pretty much mimic the YPrac as well. Now 5E does have the pre-fire maps that everybody wants, so you guys can go check those out as well by literally just searching 5E in the workshop. And I did make a video on those as well, so make sure you guys go and check that out. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Again, these are the best YPrac alternatives that we have currently in CS2 until YPrac creates theirs. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.